Hello, community. Thank you for clicking to watch. Welcome. We're here. It's Monday 19 of October. We're dancing our way into October, and we've just done our check-ins, and we've Shez Elena and I have shared that our enthusiasm for the dreaming that we're doing about a generosity circle, otherwise known as Needs and Wants Market, that was shared with us as an idea from Sam Wittenberg. And Sam's not able to be here today with us because she's working today. And Shez Elena and I met with her last night on the phone, and we had this engaging and uplifting conversation. I remember saying at the end of the call, I feel so alive and like lifted by the energy of the call last night. So there's some beautiful energy coming together for this generosity circle idea. And so that's where we're at today. We thought we might spend today's community call speaking a little bit more about that and how it works with the time bank. Essentially being a gathering where we can, if we have to, online, but if, eventually we'd like to see these happening as live events where we can come and be together in circles and maybe it's a hybrid thing, Chris, so that even if we get together in person, we can still have our online friends with us if you're not able to come in person. So we've had a late arrival and we love her, so we're going to ask her to check in before we go through to the videos. So if you would, welcome, Jeanette.
Thank you. I feel like I've come in on a bloody jet plane. I feel I'm a little bit restless today, to be honest, just with different tasks and everything. But this has felt like a little bit of a landing anchor, because it's like that, that consistency of, okay, my alarm goes off and check in. So yeah, it's good. It's good to see you all. It's me.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, it's lovely to see you too. And thanks for having your alarm go off and setting an alarm and popping in. It's lovely that you join us. And I'm bubbling over. I have had a really inspiring, very uplifting morning, and I was just explaining that we've just hit record and we're going to watch a couple of little mini videos. The first one you'll recognize because I've taken a 5-minute clip from the introduction to the Needs and Wants Market that Samantha Wittenberg gave us at the conference last weekend. So I've taken just a 5-minute clip of that. And the second video is actually something Samantha shared with us that is from the Cape Town Exchange that she was a member of in South Africa, which is wonderful. So we're offering these two little short videos to set a scene for this dreaming that we're doing. So I'll just do the share screen process and
so the first one is of Samantha speaking so that's no.
Can you still hear me?
Oh yeah, okay.
This is Samantha's one speaking this is from the Wise Women Rising Gathering Conference that we had last weekend, Open Space.
I was very excited when I heard that Karen was using the time banking in our community. We are the value, we the living, breathing human beings. I came from Cape Town a few years ago, and in Cape Town I was part of the community exchange system, which was thousands of people in a city of about the same size as Melbourne. We were a community of people sharing things with no money. I was part of the group almost from when it started in 2003. The system is now in hundreds of towns and cities all over the world. Like Karen says, we want to honor everyone's time and resources that they're putting into the project. And this is just a wonderful way to keep track. I really enjoy the the sense of order and clarity that recording it brings. It's really exciting when we hear from each other the things that we want to offer and the things that we also need. So we could have a session where we do that, and then we go, I share my screen and we look online exactly how this works, how to update your profile, how to post your offerings, how to post an announcement, and how to trade when you've done a trade. I can take you through that, step by step.
Thank you, Samantha. I'm really moved that there's already yeses coming through. I see it being a really precious piece. There's a liveness in me to want to collaborate with you on like a whole afternoon of doing it, like actually have so you and I could work across the website pieces and the instruction pieces for the trading mechanism, and then also like hosting, I don't know, I'd almost want to put it out to the whole community as a trading afternoon, and like bring it as a full circle of letting people know specifically that that's what we were going to do. So, and also giving each of us time to dream. Like some of us might already have offers. I loved your offer and I want to help you make that real. And at the same time, there's like, maybe just there's more process time to start to think about our offers.
Yeah, what comes to me is I really love I was speaking with Annie yesterday, and she said about the trading. She said, well, I don't have a business right now. I don't have, to offer. And yet I know that she does things that I enjoy. So this idea of being in a small group to share ideas, and I already know that Irene has a room at her house in Seymour that she wants to host people in. So I would love to do some of the sharing what we'd like to offer maybe before we have the bigger event, so that there's a bit of solidity to what's already happening in the trading, and to have us be trading so we can share our experiences of trading with the others who come that haven't. That would be something I would enjoy if there's a willingness, and time for others.
Yeah, I like the idea of inviting the whole community. And other than that, I'll speak to Karen about making a date for a couple of weeks down the line.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Samantha. It's really exciting, and there's lots of this happening. It's like there's a real joy in me as I feel into the expansion of this community idea, and how we start to bring our longings to offer and to receive. So this beautiful giving and receiving, and really bringing your energy to that, your experience to that, and helping us hold the structure for it in a new way. So it's very exciting. I'm doing that little dance that I can see Shez doing in her shoulders. So I'm just going to make sure this doesn't start. Oh yeah, I'll stop that. And then move to this one, unless there's anything alive that would anyone like to share, having just seen that piece first?
I kind of wanted to qualify what I said, because at that time I was imagining people from outside the community coming to have an experience of the needs and wants market and joining the trading scheme, and that's shifted now to just being an internal pilot experience. So and I still would enjoy to have part of it be people who have been trading, sharing what that's been like for them, and that's all.
Thanks. Yeah, it was really a clear request from me about can we do this as a pilot with the Wise Women community first, and see how it is for us to pilot this idea and play in this space, because we all have a sense of comfort. So the possibility of breaking into small groups and like dreaming up what our offer is and being able to really do it in a freedom, like with a sense of freedom, and be uninhibited in dreaming up what our offers and our longings and our sharings might be into an exchange. So that was part of it for me, was wanting to maintain some comfort and trust and sense of, connection and care for one another. And the second part I want to pick up in what you said, Shez, on the recording, was actually about the storytelling. It became really clear last night that telling stories about those of us who have traded and how it's contributed to us, including Samantha's story with trading with her community in Cape Town, and why she's now doing the facilitator training, why she loves it so much. When we heard that, it was like, oh, like there's so much richness in her story to share. And she gave us, she said last night that yes, she was happy for us to share how much it was healing for her being in a community exchange. And yeah, so she's got a story alive to share about how it's been healing for her being in community exchange. And my sort of vision is maybe every couple of months that we do something semi-regular, like every second month or something regular, where we pilot it, and if we love it, we do it again. That's what's alive for me. If we love it, we'll do it again. So yeah, anything else for anyone else? Yeah, Chris on the phone.
Okay. Can I have a go at just saying back my understanding of what you're talking about? I realised I'm a little bit confused, and then I can get some clarity about it, whether I've understood or not.
Yeah.
So because as I was watching the two little videos, I had two questions come up for me. The first one, I wrote them down. Oh, is this another new time exchange structure on top of the time bank on the as well as the WIC? So we're not looking at a new structure. And then the second question was about, that I wrote down for myself, maybe we're just talking about doing sessions where we help each other, like you said, dream what the offerings and requests might be for those already existing structures. That's it. Thank you.
I just want to check whether Chris has actually seen the community exchange site where we actually do the trading. It's an online accounting system where if I do something, if I offer you a service or you request a service from me, then I go in and debit your account with the points. Yeah, I'm not sure if you've actually seen that. So that is separate to Wix. Yeah, I figured we'd given her the wrong answer. But it's already established, and people are using it, and I'm aware that you would not have yet used it or seen it. No, okay.
Well, just for clarity, you have signed up to the Time Bank. You do have a Time Bank account with us. So Wiseman and Rising, the Time Bank, you do have that account with us. And that's what Shez is talking about. So that is separate to Wix. Wix is where we book each other with the app, where we can book and have our time, our hours available and all that sort of stuff. That's on the app, phone app. But no one's using it. So, well, very rarely is it being used. So this is one of the strategies. It's like, okay, we've got the apps and the tech and all the background set up, but there's no flourishing sharing going on of like, oh, can I book you and can we make time? And it started to happen. It's a little bit, it's like trickling. like people are starting to go, can I trade with you? But if we have a gathering where we inspire, put like energy into the thinking and the dreaming together of like, oh, I could ask for this, and then someone can say, oh, that's what I'm offering this. So it's like we can start to hear each other's offers and hear each other's requests, and we can actually start to enliven the structure underneath. So I saw hands, and maybe, yeah, Shez.
Elena, that was really helpful, because I just did a booking and I'm thinking, I don't remember how we were shown to give the time to the person, but that person comes in, and just to have a process that is a gentle sharing of our experience, because the first time I went in to book, I got confused, and then I contacted the person and said, no, I'll try again, and I booked, and it worked. So it's that getting in there and experiencing it, and the ahas, oh yeah, I should have done that, and in the doing and the learning. So sharing it is really powerful. So yeah, thank you.
And I've got a session booked with Samantha Wittenberg tomorrow afternoon about food, because she co-managed an Ayurvedic healing centre in Cape Town. And so I'm excited. I've got goosebumps. And why did I share that? Oh, because I think I said something that I wanted, and I can't remember how it happened, but like it's an organic process of connecting with our needs and what we'd like, and sharing that, and, you know, little weaving a tapestry of giving and receiving connections. So that's primarily what the event will be about. And Samantha's training currently to be able to facilitate the needs and wants market. So it's a facilitated process, and then we'll probably bookend it with our Wise Women Risingness as well.
So the conversation, the conversation was last night, we start with storytelling to inspire, like, from people's experiences and share stories. And there was curiosity about hearing more of some of the stories that were started to be shared last weekend about different ways we've experienced community trading. And so storytelling at the front, some facilitation from Samantha in the middle about breaking us into groups and having us start to generate our needs and wants, and tracking that, like making our own little notes of things. And then at the end, applying that experience to how do I now go and book on Wise Women Rising, to either book one-on-one sessions or run a group, because there's a few people interested in what I'm offering. So how do I go and do that? And then how do I put the hours into the time bank? So next week, I've actually asked Shez Elena to host next week's community call, and I would love her to be supported. So as many community members, please come. And if you have interest in learning a bit more about the community exchange system that we have, Wise Women Rising's community exchange system, Shez is going to screen share and show that and explain that a bit more. So if you've done a trade already, and I'm remembering 2 women talking to me about, I've done a trade already and I just wasn't sure how to go back to the time bank and put those credits through. So that's what we'll be doing next week. So if you're interested in that, please do come along and support Shez as the host. Next week, I will be taking my daughter to her P-plate driver test to see if she gets her full license at this time next week. So I'm making an apology for next week, and Elena has stepped into the support seat for the meeting next week. So thanks for asking your clarifying question, Chris, because I really, it matters to me that there's clarity, and I'm bubbling with the aliveness of the dream coming true of like the community exchange getting up and running. And so please ask for pause and check. And so what I might do now is run this second video, and then that'll be about time. I think we can have a checkout after that. So Let me screen
It's
share.
6 minutes, I think.
Yeah, this one is about a fully fledged exchange, like where they got to, what, and you might see someone we all know in the video. So let's just go and check out the Cape Town Talent Exchange. And if I put that on full screen and hit play. Can you hear it okay?
I trade on the Cape Town
There
Talent
she is.
Exchange.
I trade on the Cape Town Talent Exchange.
I trade on the Cape Town Talent Exchange.
I trade on Cape Town Talent Exchange.
I trade on the Cape Town Talent Exchange.
I trade on the Cape Town Talent Exchange.
On the Cape Town Talent Exchange, I trade my services as an attorney, a legal advisor. I draft agreements, I draft contracts, wills, antenuptial contracts, and I also do civil litigation and general dispute resolution.
Apart from being the Community Exchange administrator, membership administrator, I currently am passionate about teaching people human design. It's a personality profiling system that teaches people how they are wired, how they interact with other people, how other people interact with them, the best way for them to make decisions in order to live a fully purposeful life.
I do personal and business coaching that's guaranteed to deliver spectacular results. I trade 100% in talents, and I do it on a local level and at a global level as well.
Hi, my name is Arnaldo dos Santos, and Cape Town Exchange offer massage, sport massage, reflexology, and body balance and body spin.
I trade a business service as a film production company for talents, and I already have my first job.
Talent Exchange is a person-to-person platform that facilitates trading, and it's based on a very simple accounting system that simply keeps track of the transactions. As far as I'm concerned, it is the most transparent system that I know of, and I cannot see a way that people can cheat. The Talent Exchange is exciting because it really has the potential to eradicate unemployment. Because if you can dream it, you can create it. If you can create it, you can sell it. And if you can sell it on exchange for talents, you've just created your own money, and you can use that to buy anything that you want. So that's extremely powerful.
I love the community building aspect of the exchange. It has taken me into the most amazing areas of places I would never, ever have been exposed to in my normal day-to-day life. I've met people from all cultures, across all divides. The community exchange builds bridges between the haves and the have-nots and across all cultures. I have seen how this is a life-changing thing for people. And one of those people is a guy who has a business in Cape Town, and he is now giving his employees part talents, and they then use those talents to go and trade at the markets. So for them, it's a life-changing experience as well.
I have spent my talents on a wide variety of goods and services. I've bought quite a variety of different clothes for different seasons, food from places like Soil for Life, handmade natural soaps, had my laptop maintained, paid for holiday accommodation in the Cedarburg, as well as house sitting. I've bought a fridge, I've been to a psychologist, I have been for massage and reflexology, for body talk, Zen coaching.
I bought massages. I've had a brochure designed for 1,200 talents. I've got website design going on. I've been to a psychologist for counseling, and I bought a number of smaller items like small books. I bought quite a few things on the exchange, and that's been quite fun.
I spend the talents marketing my business and use for coaching for my family.
There's definitely something for everyone. I think anyone who visits the exchange will find something that they need, and they'll find something that somebody else needs and will be able to offer them. there's a huge variety. There's duvets, handyman services, kids play areas, massages, food, fruit and veg, clothing, people to make duvet covers for you. There are so many things that I know I can use on the Talent Exchange.
The most life-changing purchase I made on the exchange was my disability scooter. And because I now have a service dog, I have to walk her every day. And I've lived in this house for 25 years, and only in the last 3 years since I got the scooter have I got to know the neighbors, got to know the neighborhood. I am mobile for the first time in so many years, and it's all through to the exchange, because I would never been able to afford the scooter in rand terms. Speak. That was her trading on the Talent Exchange.
With a little imagination and initiative, you can literally accomplish anything that you want.
I already see value in participating on the Cape Town Talent Exchange, both in receiving and contributing.
I see the exchange as a monetary system that rewards people for doing what they do best. We're a global group of people that do favors for each other across the world and simply keep track of what we've done for each other. I call it hot money.
Hi, Hiram. Hi. Yes, Lulu, and you're going to take her to the beach?
Yes.
So I just want to make sure I'd stopped. I didn't stop the video properly. Sorry for the ear blast. I'm coming back. So I'd love to hear how it was to see the video, anything else that came alive, and we just do it as a checkout round, I suppose. And yeah, just trust that this is enough for today as a beginning, and that we're going to keep visiting this subject so that we can look towards a date. We did talk about a date, didn't we? So let me propose the date for diaries. My memory says November 14, a Saturday. So I'm just going to triple check that in my diary because I've committed it to my diary. The reason it was committed to that date was that it sits between two commitments that Samantha has either side in November, and one of them is a training that she's also invited Shez and myself into, so we can learn a bit more about the facilitation side that she's doing, so then we can map it more easily to Wise Women Rising's experience and sort of support a collaboration with Samantha on how we do it. So that's happening on the 7th. So the 14th is when we think we'll pilot this first one, unless we get a whole heap of no's. But our proposal is the 14th of November for the first one, and the afternoon hours. So what did we say? We've proposed 1 till 4, and that may be adjusted depending on the collaboration as it expands, like how we'll bring it to life. But we'd ask that you put some pencil marks in your diaries for that. So Saturday, November the 14th, 1 till 4. So can I start with you, Shezalina? Would you be willing? What stood out for you in the video when you remember watching it the first time, and perhaps how it's landing with you, having seen it now again a couple of times?
A couple of things. One was seeing Samantha in her lawyerness. Because, yeah, most of our interactions been online and haven't seen her in that role. And the woman, I can't remember her name now, getting the scooter and how that completely altered her life. Yeah, that moved me to tears. I was just really, and you know, they're bridging the gap between the haves and the have-nots. And yeah, I was just really inspired after watching it. We'd seen the very beginning part of the different people saying, you know, I'm part of it, and I didn't know what to expect when I watched it all, but yeah, it was made in 2015 or something, so it's a few years ago, and it's not exactly what we're doing. However, it's an indication of the difference that it can make to people's lives. So yeah, and watching it now, I'm just really curious about how it landed with other people. And I look forward to seeing how our trading exchange evolves, really. That's me.
Thanks. Do we want to do pass the talking stick as a checkout?
Yeah, I'll pass to Jeanette.
Yeah, I thought that was really exciting. I love seeing the dog being involved and the little kid walking the dog. I thought that was lovely. And getting your needs met that you didn't even know that you needed met. Like, that's what I thought was fascinating. Like having a massage or going to a life coach, you know, it's just an array of needs that could be met in your life. That it's just pretty amazing. And it's made me think out of the box and think differently about what I could offer. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Excited to hear more. And I'll pass to Barbara.
Yeah, it was good, and I'm just immediately in my own head thinking about what my needs are, and I get really, when I looked at the online trading bank, it just kind of freaked me out. I thought, I don't know how to read this, I don't know how to negotiate it, I don't know what to do with it. And now I can imagine I could somehow trade with someone like Shez, who's actually used it, and get her to step me through it on a screen share, and that could be something I could ask for and start the process with. So I'm feeling much better that I haven't missed the boat, that there's still lots of training to kind of be had. And then even more, I could just ask for that as part of the system. So yeah, I'm feeling like a little bit more like, oh, okay, good. And pass to Chris.
Yeah, two things stand out for me. One was sense of equal value. I just really love the possibility that someone can offer legal services and exchange with someone who can offer walking the dog. You know, it might be the same amount of time, and hey, you both, we value you both. You've both got something fabulous to offer. I really like that. I've often thought about the guys that come by in their truck to empty our rubbish bin and hope that they get paid just as well as, you know, the accountant or the doctor. And the other part of it was, starting to ponder some of the things I might be able to offer. That's where I've been feeling a little bit uncertain. Oh, what I got? But thinking, I've got my little process. I'm going to try out how to get myself organised and balanced. If that works, I might share that as an offer. Yeah. I'll head to Cheryl Hez.
That was really good. It broadened the thinking around what the trading was, because it feels as though we've really focused on services, but that sort of offers physical and services and broadens the parameters. So it opens a lot of aliveness in new questions. So that's really lovely. So yeah, it was good. Thank you. Karen?
Thanks, Shez. Yeah, look, I think this is part of the inquiry of being in a pilot phase and going, as a community, what do we want to do with this idea? It's wonderful and it could really be life-serving. Let's play with it. Let's see whether, yes, let's include products and services. Like, let's be expansive in how we think about it and see what comes up for us. Because as a community, we might go, well, you know, we're trying to incubate each other's precious work. Most of us are in services. Maybe we should keep it to services because that would be in alignment with our community intentions to midwife the precious work of wise women. And then it feels like, oh no, there's actually so much aliveness to open it up as a wise women network. And the possibility is it could become a separate piece of our community that's really opened up to a whole heap of, you know, wise women network all over the country potentially. And it could be that that's part of what Wise Women Rising does, is we run the Wise Women Rising Exchange, which is this amazing community exchange program. And we also have a membership program, which is where we support each other in hubs to midwife our precious work. So it could be that there's two parts to how we do the community. And at the moment, I'm turning my focus to this rich possibility of having the time bank become something that really flourishes and that actually is life-serving to the people on this call and the people that we know are connected into the sort of hub of Wise Women Rising. I just think there's some playtime to be had. Like, let's play and see, like, if this inspires us, and if we're already coming up with like ideas, that it's sparked ideas, that's enough for today. Like, that's exciting. That's what we would hope. Like, even coming in not knowing is perfectly fine. That's the plan. Come in not knowing and be willing to be surprised as well about what you might end up offering or receiving.
On the adventure.
Yes, it's very much the adventure.
Actually, can I just add one thing? I just want to clarify something for Chris. Well, I don't, maybe for others, that if Barbara requested a guidance session on the trading platform accounting part, and I earned some points that way, I don't necessarily have to exchange time with her. I could spend my points, you know, with Barbara doing some kind of art process. So it doesn't have to be an exchange between people. It's not limited, and you know, it can be that, but it's not limited to that. It's actually about doing what calls you and meeting your needs, and so. Okay.
Awesome. I have barking puppies, so I'm just going to wave. Lots of fun. Thanks everybody for coming. See you next week. Bye.
Okay. Bye.